Hi, here we are at Chestnut Tree House Children's Hospice in Arundel in West Sussex, and we're at the opening of their, would you believe, their second Together for Cinema installation. The first happened in 2012, and the second one is opening today, and it was installed by Matt and Alex Josling from Seven Integration, who are based in Hove. So I'm sitting with Matt and Alex now, and guys, thank you. I mean, it's a great result. The kids love this. It's been in for about 2 months now. Tell me a little bit about your involvement with Together for Cinema and also getting to the end result now at Cheastnut Tree House. It's wonderful.
Well, we just living locally, Chestnut Tree has always been on our radar. We've done abseiled down the Arundel Castle raising money for them and various other things that we've done. So we've always wanted to do something for Chestnut Tree, and we got introduced to you, I think, at a senior event.
I do tend to put myself about a bit.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I do.
And we just thought we should be part of your organisation. You know, obviously we've become a member now, and I think about a week after we signed up for our membership, we got the call to come and do this room.
Yeah.
So jumped at it, really. You know.
Well, it was timely because you just committed to be a charitable partner, which we're hugely grateful, and thank you for that. And literally about that time, I'd spoken to Jack here at Chestnut Tree House, and I'd been down to visit and seen this room, which you guys have transformed. And it literally was the week after that we spoke. So,
yeah.
and we're just hugely grateful to you for getting involved and backing what we do, but backing what the industry does now as well.
Yeah, so. I mean, people probably say something all the time, but it is a privilege to be able to do what we do and do it for someone that isn't a multimillionaire, jetting around the world and perhaps visits their home cinema a couple of weeks in the year. It's genuinely somewhere where you feel good about what you do.
Well, you're making such a difference. Yeah. You really are making such a difference. And again, with your high net worth individuals who you install for, sometimes they don't use the room for weeks or months even.
That's it.
And we know here already, having spoken to the team at Chestnut Tree House, this room is used virtually every day. There's a young lad, I'm not sure I'm allowed to say names, but young lad beginning with G, ending in E, George, who uses this room for gaming all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's others who have certain Netflix films and all sorts of things. But it's really churned, the use is churned, and makes such a huge difference to the lives of the children, but the families as well, and the staff. They're allowed to watch it as well.
I mean, it's a completely different room to the room that we walked into when we first came to view it.
Yeah.
It's completely different. I mean, there was just stuff all over the place.
Fantastic.
I'm sure it's used a lot. I'm sure it's going to be used a lot in the future.
It will be. It's making a huge difference already. And the nice thing is we know it will continue to do so for 10, 15, however many years. It's a great installation. We've had so much support from the industry in donating products. I won't list everybody, but it's on our website if anybody wants to read the report about Chestnut Tree House installation. Huge generosity from the industry to make it happen. Yeah, no, they're amazing. They're amazing. We'll be talking to the guys from All Trade who donated a rack. We'll do a little interview with them in a second. But people just step up and want to help make a difference. So thank you both so much for being so willing to get involved, making a difference here. And also thank you to Chestnut Tree House for letting us into their very special place. It really is.
It's an amazing place.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
To get to this point with a finished room, and it is amazing, you need lots of support from the industry and donated products. And All Trade, very kindly, who I'm sitting here with Steve Simper and Lee Harding from All Trade, very kindly donated the rack and have been great supporters of Together for Cinema, charitable partners for the past 3 years and donated product for several installations. So guys, thank you both so much, A, for your involvment here, but B, for your support and involvement of Together for Cinema, and of course for hosting the post-drinks London to Brighton ride. Much appreciated. Tell me a little bit more about your thoughts of Together for Cinema, and now having been to Chestnut Tree House and you've had a look round and you understand the impact of your involvement. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we've donated to a few hospices now. The first one I've personally been to, and I think the first thing to come to mind is the amazing job that the staff do here. Absolutely incredible. And we've been around the place today, and all the different rooms available for so many different ages, so many different abilities, the garden space, it's all incredible. And, having this room here today is a very small part of, helping and improving the situation. And we've played a very small part in that, but it's genuinely an honour to do that.
No, small part. It's a rack. We could have gone and bought it. But do you know something? What is lovely, and I'm not dismissing the product. It's just the fact that we're able, as Together for Cinema, to go to you guys and go, hey guys, we need a rack. Yep, no problem, and it's there tomorrow. That kind of support for us is so important. And you pop a little bit of monies in the pot as well to help fund us. So it's hugely appreciated. But now you see and have experienced the difference. And we all know we lots of people install for high net worth individuals, and their cinema rooms may only be used very briefly. But we know here this is going to be used virtually every day. It will make a massive difference to children, families, be it gaming, be it movie time, be it soap operas or whatever. It's a really lovely and it's a relatively small room, but it's a really sort of personal room. So you've helped create something very special here.
And the guys doing the installation have done a wonderful job. And as I say, the age range that it actually caters for is incredible. Like you say, there's kids in here watching Peppa Pig and Moana, and there's elder kids playing the Xbox hours on end each day, and that's great. And as you say, a lot of these rooms installed around the country are used so infrequently. This has been used on a daily basis, and that's a great thing. That really is.
No, it makes such a difference. Steve, you're managing director, isn't it, of All Trade? Let me get
correct.
They get the title right. It must be quite nice for you to get involved with. This is a local project to you.
It is, yeah. We've supported Cheastnut Tree in the past, but this is, to me, a part of what we do as an industry and part of what we do as a job. We've been doing this for 35 years now. And, it's great to support your charity and overall the hospice itself. And at the end of the day, it's really touching to see the impact you can have for people's lives. And there's a lot of, we did the tour earlier on, and it's really quite surprising, the positivity in such a dark place, if that sort of makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
From a point of view of why the children are here. But there's certain areas which are quite heartbreaking and lots of areas which are very positive. Yeah. And this, for me, is very much a big positive part of what's going on. Yeah. And for that, I can only sort of appreciate any involvement we can give.
Oh, well, thank you. No, so it's been, you become a bit of a go-to. So thank you for that. And I'll try not to ring you too many times. But going back to what you were saying about, it's a tough place, and these places children's hospices. There's some tough things that happen here, but there's also so much joy and happiness that happens. I told you earlier that when I first started coming to children's hospices in 2009, I walked out and I sat in the car and I broke down 3 times. I remember it very clearly. After that, you just think, every second's a sparkle. Has to be a sparkle in a children's hospice, as sparkly as it can be. Yes, there are dark times, but they're happy, amazing places. The staff who we've met today have been inspirational. I think they're just amazing, and personally, I'm delighted and so happy to be involved in making a small difference in places like that. And it wouldn't happen without the support from people like yourselves and lots of others who are partners of Together for Cinema. So, guys, thank you both so much.
No problem at all. Absolutely appreciate the charity that you are, and what you've created and what you've done is amazing, to be honest. And long may it continue.
Absolutely. Well, with the support we get, I'm sure it will.
No problem.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for getting involved.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Sitting here with Alice Stovold, who is the activities coordinator, and she's going to tell me a little more about how this room's going to be used, or has been used, and how it's going to be used, and sort of what difference it's going to make. Hopefully all positive. Alice, over to you.
Yeah, well, it's been used so much already. It's had near constant use since we put it all in. It's been used by kids from sort of age 2 to up to teenagers. We've had Peppa Pig in here. We've had Moana in here. We've had hours and hours of FIFA. We've had... What else we had? We had Titanic in here, yeah. I've got a girl that's obsessed with Titanic. And I was saying, I've watched all of Titanic, but just in many little bits every time she comes in. But yeah, it's just been a fantastic space. This area used to be second choice. It used to be if a different TV wasn't available, we would come in here.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's immediately the kids want to come in here, the staff want to come in here. They can work out how to use everything, which is fantastic.
Well, hopefully it's easy to use. So the installers, Seven Integration, are a local company, and they're very good. And I think they've probably made it fairly straightforward to use, which is good. It needs to be as well.
Yeah.
Because, with kids using it, families, parents, you, and staff, and so on.
Yeah, it's changed it from the kids knowing more about how it works than we do to everyone being on an even playing field.
Good. Well, that's good to hear. The most important thing for us from our side and from our industry side is that it's easy to use, it gets used, and it just makes a difference. It becomes a sort of go-to place, which I think it already is from what you were saying. And it's not something, of course, I guess you'd ever have the budget for. I think we'd find it very hard to get signed off. Yeah, because I think the installers were telling me this would have cost, had it been paid for, a bit vulgar to talk about money, but would have cost about 22,000. Yeah. And that just doesn't sit in the luxury budget, I suppose.
No, we don't really have that spare.
No, I'm sure. Yeah. No, we've just had a look round, and we've been given the tour, in inverted commas, and it's fascinating to see and learn a little more about the operation of Cheastnut Tree House and the incredible work you do and the incredible difference that you and your colleagues and the management team make to so many lives. And I think you have 260 children, is it, locally?
Yeah, around about that.
You take care of, and that's on site and at home as well?
Yeah, so here and in the community.
It's such an important factor of this community that, Cheastnut Tree House is here, and the care and cradling that you give so fantastically. The facility here is amazing, and it must be a great place to work.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's lovely. Every day is different.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. No, it's been an absolute privilege to us to come in here, and I know Seven Integration, the installers and all of the manufacturers and distributors who've donated. It's a real honour for us to come to your special place, to make a difference, and for us to give a little bit back of what we all take for granted every day. Big TV and some speakers, or all that kind of thing. It's just lovely for us to come in and make a difference, and know that there'll be kids and families enjoying it for years to come. So thank you for letting us in.
Well, thank you very much for everything.
Very much.
Yeah, we were saying earlier about how taking our kids to the cinema can't always be very accessible. Yeah. And so having a space like this is fantastic because it's completely set up for their needs.
Good. Well, it's a joy for us to be involved. It really is. So enjoy it, and hopefully you can see the rest of Titanic, the little bits you've missed.
Yes. I normally always get in just as the boat's sinking. It's the main bit.
That's ruined the whole film for me. I've not seen it yet. Thanks, Alice. Thank you so much. Take care.